I don't know anything about you. What do you do for work? I ask Kevin and he always dodges the question. I'm starting to think he's covering for you. Am I wrong?
Hi, Margaret. It's lovely to hear from you. Covering for me? What do you mean by that?
I have a brilliant son. The last thing I need is him marrying the wrong kind of woman. That's why I'm reaching out. I need to figure out what kind of person you really are. You've been too busy to meet up, apparently.
You're right. I'm sorry. Things have been hectic lately. I've genuinely been looking forward to meeting you properly. The timing just hasn't worked out in our favor.
Hectic? Really? They say no rest for the broke, don't they?
Oh, I've been busy at the cafe.
Excuse me? The cafe?
Yes, Kevin didn't mention it. I've been helping out at my dad's place. Things are pretty busy there right now.
You're 28 years old and you're working part-time at your father's cafe?
Well, when you put it that way, I guess so. I have some time before my next position starts, so I thought I'd help out. A little quality time with Dad while I can.
I see. Now I understand.
Understand what?
Why Kevin has been keeping me away from you. I had a feeling, and now I know I was right. Kevin is not for you. Please walk away from this engagement.
What? I think there's been a misunderstanding.
A man like Kevin deserves better than some cafe girl with nowhere else to be. Stay out of his life.
Hold on, you've got it completely wrong. I was just saying, my actual career is...
I've heard enough. I'm not going to waste my time listening to a high school dropout.
I'm sorry, a dropout?
If the only job you can get at your age is helping at your daddy's cafe, it's obvious you've never finished school. If you actually go through with this wedding, you're going to regret it. Do Kevin a favor and end this before you embarrass him.
Please stop. You don't know what you're talking about. Margaret, you've got this completely wrong.
I don't have anything wrong. You're not what my son needs. Maybe Kevin needs to spell it out for you himself. That's what happens when someone has no education. And don't you dare call me Margaret. You haven't earned that.
Will you please listen to me? I'm trying to explain something important and you keep cutting me off.
There is nothing you can say that would change my assessment. I've been a mother for 30 years. I know what kind of woman is right for my son, and it is not someone with no ambition, no credentials, and no future.
You don't know a single thing about my credentials.
I know what you've told me. That's enough. A woman your age, educated or not, should have something to show for herself, something real. Helping at a cafe is not a career. It is not a life. Kevin deserves someone who can stand beside him.
I am not going to keep having this conversation if you won't let me finish a sentence.
Then there is nothing more to discuss. I've said what I wanted to say. Think carefully before the wedding. That's all I ask.
So his family, you still haven't been able to sit down with them.
No, the timing never works out. We haven't had a proper meeting yet. I'm sorry you haven't been introduced yet, Dad.
That's a shame, but more importantly, are you okay with it?
What do you mean?
You wanted that proper introduction before a wedding. It's the normal thing. Are you sure?
Of course I wanted it. I did. But Kevin keeps saying the timing doesn't work.
Kevin works a regular office job, right? Weekends are free for most people.
He's free on weekends. It's supposedly his parents who aren't available.
Are they self-employed or something?
I don't think so. Margaret said she's a stay-at-home mom.
So why can't they find a free weekend? That's strange.
I honestly don't know. I'm starting to wonder if they're deliberately avoiding it.
Avoiding it? You mean the in-law drama is starting before you even married?
I don't think it's that dramatic. Actually, Dad, Margaret messaged me today.
Oh, what did she want?
She asked about my work, about what I do.
And you told her?
I mentioned I was helping at the cafe, and she drew her own conclusions from that.
What kind of conclusions?
She seems to think I never finished school.
She what?
I tried to correct her. She wouldn't let me get a word in. She kept interrupting.
Did she actually say that? That you dropped out?
She said, and I quote, "I'm not going to waste my time listening to a high school dropout."
That's remarkable. Did Kevin not say anything to her?
That's the thing. I don't think Kevin has told her anything about me. About my background, my education, none of it.
That's a significant omission.
I know, I'm gonna have to have a serious conversation with him about it.
If anything happens, you come to me right away.
I don't think it's gonna turn into a full-on battle, Dad. Don't worry. Once the wedding is done, hopefully we can finally sit down properly. I'd love to introduce you then.
Fair enough. We'll wait until the wedding. But Natalie, don't let her speak to you that way again. You don't owe anyone patience when they're being deliberately cruel.
I know, I just don't want to make things harder before the wedding. I want things to start on a decent note, if possible.
I understand that. Just don't mistake silence for peace. Some people take silence as permission.
Thanks for coming, Dad. I know you're busy. I'm looking forward to it.
I'll be there. Front row. Don't worry.
Kevin, we need to talk.
Of course. What's wrong?
Your mother called me a dropout and told me to end the engagement. I have the messages.
She said that directly.
Word for word. Did you tell her anything about me? My education, my career?
I mentioned you worked in law.
Did you tell her where I studied?
Not in detail. She gets competitive about those things. I didn't want her making comparisons.
So you let her believe I was uneducated rather than tell her I went to Harvard?
I didn't let her believe anything. I just didn't volunteer the specifics.
And now she's called me a dropout. Do you see how this happened?
I'll sort it out before the wedding. I promise.
She needs to understand she was wrong, Kevin, not just be told different facts.
I hear you. I'll handle it.
Okay, I'm trusting you on this. I need you to correct what you said in that speech. Correct it? There's nothing to correct. I said what I said. If it hit a nerve, maybe that's because it's true. That's not the issue. Do you understand why we're on a break in the middle of the reception right now? If you have no intention of correcting what you said, then we'll handle this our own way. Handle it your own way? What exactly can a dropout do about anything? For starters, what you said isn't true. The reason we didn't say anything in front of everyone was to protect you. Do you not realize that? Oh, protecting me. That's rich. You stood up in front of 200 people, said things that aren't true, and humiliated me. The one walking away embarrassed from this isn't me. And you've embarrassed Kevin, too. Imagine 200 guests at a wedding for some uneducated girl. What a waste. Well, I said I would whip her into shape, so I suppose we'll manage. You should be grateful I gave this marriage my blessing. Try putting yourself in my shoes for once. Your shoes? What exactly do you mean?
My daughter graduated top of her class from Harvard Law.
What?
Your behavior has been completely unacceptable. And what you just said is beyond what I'm willing to let pass. Who exactly is the uneducated one here?
What are you talking about? And who are you?
I'm Natalie's father. We never had the chance to be introduced. Well, I was planning to come and say hello after the ceremony. But when I heard what you said to my daughter, things that aren't even close to true, I couldn't stay quiet. I had to look at those text messages you sent her. Frankly, I don't know what kind of person sent messages like that. Are you quite alright?
Oh, so you're the father. You really let your daughter drop out of school in this day and age? Like mother like daughter, I suppose. And having a woman nearly 30 working at your cafe. Any decent parent would have set her up with a better future.
I've already said this. Can you actually read? Natalie did not drop out. She has a law degree from Harvard. Valedictorian, in fact. So the idea that your son is somehow more accomplished than she is, where does that even come from? From what I understand, your son actually had to repeat a year, ended up in the class below hers. I'm not saying one is better than the other, but you have belittled my daughter in the most outrageous way. Correct your speech now.
I can't even follow what you're saying. Have you lost your mind?
Then please leave the wedding.
Excuse me? Fine, sure. Fine, sure. Maybe I didn't know for certain she was a dropout. But she was acting like one. She brought it on herself.
And what exactly does acting like a dropout look like?
When I asked her what she did, she said she was working part-time at a cafe. Her own father's, no less. That screams no education.
I'm sorry, how does that follow?
A grown woman whose only option is helping at her parents' cafe. That's proof of no qualifications.
I see. So either you genuinely misheard everything and jumped to conclusions, or you had no interest in understanding the truth from the start. Either way, you are the one that's being unreasonable here. You may think you humiliated my daughter in front of this room, but Natalie graduated top of her class from Harvard Law and passed the bar on her first try. Making that kind of speech about her is not embarrassing to her. It's embarrassing to you and your family.
Wait, she passed the bar exam too?
Natalie was helping me because I was swamped launching a new restaurant. She had a month off between leaving her old firm and starting a new contract, an offer from overseas no less. She used that time to help her old man out, while also preparing for the wedding. And you took that single fact and turned it into this. I honestly cannot believe what I'm witnessing.
Overseas contract? So, you run more than one restaurant?
I own 10 locations in this area, yes.
10?
And to think my employees, people who work in food service, are being looked down on by someone like you. That makes me genuinely angry. I have nothing more to say to you. If you won't correct that speech, then please leave. Goodbye.
Dad, I'm sorry the wedding turned into such a mess. All the emotions kind of got overshadowed, didn't it? Thanks to Margaret.
She left without apologizing. What happened after?
Well, it wasn't entirely her leaving herself. Kevin got so mortified he told her to go. Said he didn't want her embarrassing him any further.
So she ended up embarrassing her whole family.
The thing is, it's not entirely her fault either.
What do you mean?
I cornered Kevin tonight and finally got the truth out of him. Apparently, he has had a complex about my academic record for a while.
A complex? Because he had to repeat a year.
Exactly. The fact that I graduated from Harvard straight through, younger than him, no retakes, apparently has been eating at him. He was so embarrassed to tell his mom that his fiancée was more academically accomplished, so he just left out the details.
I didn't think Kevin was that type.
Maybe he was raised in a household where grades were everything. That can mess with your head. He probably found it genuinely hard to bring up with his mom.
And that's why the family meeting never happened.
Yes, all that stuff about timing not working out, that was Kevin making excuses. He figured if we met in person, his lie would unravel. His plan was to just get married first, and by then, hopefully, his mom wouldn't push as hard.
I wouldn't have expected that from him.
Neither would I. But when he explained it tonight, I could see how ashamed he was. He wasn't protecting himself from me. He was protecting himself from her. Margaret's expectations are a lot. Kevin has been carrying that his whole life.
That doesn't make it right. Letting someone speak to you that way because he was too proud to tell the truth.
No, it doesn't make it right, and I told him that. But the household he grew up in, accomplishments were currency. His sister couldn't keep up and eventually cut contact entirely. Kevin has been the only one still in the room.
So he was afraid that if his mother found out you outranked him academically, she'd use it against him.
Something like that. He wanted to get through the wedding first and figure the rest out later. It was avoidance, pure and simple.
He gave a full apology during the reception, in front of everyone, microphone and all.
He said he had no idea it would blow up like this. I believe him. He's carrying his own baggage, but that speech took guts.
It did. Standing up in front of that many people and admitting something like that, it's not easy. If you two are happy, that's what matters.
Thanks, Dad. He said he's fully in my corner going forward. We're going to build something together.
Good. And for what it's worth, he handled himself well tonight. After everything, I'll give him that.
He did. He really did. I'm still processing all of it, honestly. Today was supposed to be a good day.
Still was, in its own way. It just also shows you exactly who everyone in that room is. That's not nothing.
You always find a way to reframe things.
Years of practice. Get some rest. Today was a lot.
It was. Good night, Dad. Thank you for being there.
Because of you, I was thrown out of my own son's wedding. How are you going to make this right?
Make it right. With respect, you're the one who owes an apology.
Excuse me? This is your fault. You brought this on yourself.
My fault? How exactly?
You were so vague. Why didn't you just say who you were? Why wouldn't you lead with, I went to Harvard Law?
I didn't have the chance. We'd never met in person. You sent me a message out of nowhere. I answered your questions honestly, and that's what happened.
Any normal person would have clarified, I'm a lawyer, I went to Harvard. Is that so hard? Working at a cafe between jobs, you were practically trying to be misunderstood. Kevin didn't tell me anything either, so none of this is my fault.
Kevin not telling you was his mistake. I'm not defending that. But even if you were uncertain about who I was, the way you spoke to me was not acceptable. You didn't ask questions, you delivered verdicts.
I was looking out for my son.
Looking out for him would have been agreeing to meet any of the times Kevin suggested it. Instead, you sent messages designed to push me out.
I was direct. Some people appreciate that.
You told me I hadn't earned the right to use your name. That what I deserved was to be mocked. That is not concern. That is contempt.
Well, maybe if you had been more forthcoming.
Is that all you wanted to say?
What?
You're not apologizing. You're just deflecting blame onto everyone else. Good. Now I know exactly where I stand.
Where you stand? What does that mean?
I had already accepted an offer from a law firm in New York. I was supposed to leave for the States at the end of this month. Kevin was hesitant about the move because of family. Because of you, honestly.
Me? What about me?
You're already estranged from Kevin's sister, aren't you? She couldn't meet the standards you set for her, The pressure wore her down and she cut contact. Your husband barely speaks to you. He's been pushing for a separation. Kevin has been the only one holding things together for you, and he knew that. That's why he couldn't bring himself to leave. But after yesterday, he's made up his mind.
What are you saying?
We're both going to New York.
Kevin's leaving?
Yes, his English is good enough to get by. He just needs to find his footing. I'll support him however I can. I'm proud that he made that decision himself.
He didn't decide anything. You pressured him.
I gave him a job offer I'd already accepted. I told him what I was planning to do. He chose to come with me, freely. You can ask him yourself.
Kevin would never choose to leave me. Not on his own.
He has a life, Margaret. He has a wife now. That doesn't mean he doesn't love you. But it does mean he's allowed to build his own future.
What about living together? We had talked about that.
We never agreed to any such thing.
When people get married, the daughter-in-law moves in. That's just how it works. You're married into this family now. You're supposed to move in and look after me in my old age. I am Kevin's mother. What did I raise him for if not for this?
Kevin is reading this conversation right now, just so you know.
What?
So everything you raised Kevin for, it was so he'd move in and take care of you when you got old?
No, that's not what I meant. It's a figure of speech.
That's a matter of interpretation. I don't have anything else to say to you.
You can't do this. Move in with me. It's what daughter-in-laws do. I just want us all to live together as a family.
If that's truly what you wanted, you should have listened more. You should have tried to understand. You should have led with kindness. You never gave me a chance, and I'm sorry, but it's too late now. I won't interfere in your relationship with Kevin. That's between you two. Do whatever you feel is right there. But Kevin has told me he doesn't want to speak with you.
You're stealing him from me.
I'm not stealing him. You pushed him away yourself.
So you're really not moving in? Not ever?
Not moving in. And honestly, I'm not sure we'll be seeing each other at all. Oh, and my father asked me to pass something along.
Now what?
His restaurants. All 10 of them. You're banned.
Banned? From restaurants?
A few of them are right in your neighborhood. Kevin mentioned he used to take the neighbors there for get-togethers.
Wait, don't tell me. The Elm Cafe?
Ah, you know it well. Yes, that one. My father says you're no longer welcome at any of his locations. The new cafe near the station, that one too. Though I'm sure you'd assume only uneducated people work there anyway, so perhaps it's no loss.
Why are you doing this? This is going too far.
Imagine how a father feels when someone mocks his daughter in public. Sit with that for a moment.
Natalie, please. I wasn't trying to mock anyone.
Really? An uneducated dropout who needs to be taught manners? In front of 200 people? That's not just an insult to me, that's an insult to the man who raised me. I'm proud of my father, deeply. The moment you said what you said, I was done. Please, going forward, do not embarrass me and do not embarrass Kevin. Not that there will be much opportunity. We won't be crossing paths.
Margaret showed up at the new location, by the way. She was actually turned away at the door and started threatening to call a lawyer. When I said we can call the police instead, apparently she went white and left. I don't think she quite learned her lesson yet.
Wow, and after everything I said, she must have been completely shaken by Kevin leaving. Though I have to say, Dad, banning her from all your restaurants? I wasn't expecting that. Are you sure that's okay?
Whether it's okay or not is besides the point. Someone insulted my own daughter. I'm going to do what I can about it.
Dad, when you say it like that, it's a little embarrassing.
Good. Be embarrassed. It's still my daughter.
Better than expected. Kevin and I talked a lot this week. He's been really open about his mom, about why he hid things, and what he wants going forward. He said the wedding speech, his own speech, was the first time he'd spoken completely honestly in years.
People who can recognize what they've done and actually name it, those are worth keeping around.
He's already researching neighborhoods in New York. Made a short list.
Jumping in feet first.
That's Kevin when he's made up his mind. Once he's in, he's in.
I'll be honest, I'm sad you're going to America. I really am. But cheering you on is my job as your father. I'll keep things going here. You go and give it everything you've got. Kevin has a soft side, but he's got a good heart, I see that. The two of you support each other.
We will, I promise. And Dad, I want you to know something.
What's that?
What you did at the wedding, standing up like that in front of everyone, saying what you said. I've been thinking about it all week. I don't think I've ever felt more protected in my life.
You never had to feel unprotected. Now as long as I'm around.
Didn't you also say you're already planning to visit next month?
Did I say that?
You did, so don't worry so much, okay? Having you in my corner means more than you know. I'll be back as often as I can. Take care of yourself. Thank you, Dad. I left for New York shortly after, and Kevin followed about a month later. He found his footing quickly, and together we started a new life in the city. As for Margaret, her husband eventually told her he wanted a separation and asked her to move out. She reached out to Kevin in a panic, begging for help. He didn't respond. When she finally tracked down Kevin's sister, hoping to move in with her, she was turned away without a second thought. Kevin told me he feels sorry for his mother, in a way. But he also said that her life is hers to live, just as his life is his. The wedding, he said, was the moment he finally saw clearly. He had spent years tiptoeing around her, and I believe that was real. I don't hold it against him. But choosing to step away from that on his own terms, I think it'll be one of the best decisions he's ever made. I'm grateful every day for a father who stood up for me without hesitation. And with Kevin by my side, I'm ready for whatever comes next.